Should be recording it. Yes, I see the file. I didn't have the folder open to see, but anyway, continuing in this with chapter 18 of Attack of the Clones. Don't have much to talk about. Partly that's because a lot of it is just the battle, the fight between Obi-Wan and Jango. Because Obi-Wan, it starts with Obi-Wan talking to the council, well, really just Yoda and Mace, who don't want everyone to know what's going on. Then he goes to arrest Jango, and he fight, and Jango ultimately escapes. So I just have one note for both things, but the battle goes long enough, the fight goes long enough, that's really the bulk of it. Yeah, one note, but I guess I will also add this. It does point out that Yoda and Mace took the call in Yoda's apartment, and like Mace was even like making sure no one was in the hallway to see them go in there. But the whole, and I think this is in the movie, their concern over how is it that we didn't know that this was being formed, that the clone army was being made. How did we not sense this? Should we tell the Republic? No, we got enough enemies as it is. It's bad enough that the Sith know of our weakness. We don't need everyone to know. But there was some timeline confusion here, and by confusion I mean inconsistency that should not be there. Because Obi-Wan does make the comment, yes, Master, they say Master Sifo Dyas placed the order for the clone army almost 10 years ago. I was under the impression he was killed before that. Except that earlier, I mean, that hadn't really been brought up, and it was also said earlier that he died almost 10 years ago. So it's not that he was under the impression Sifo was killed before that. Especially, we haven't gotten dates. It was just like, oh yeah, 10 years ago. So it's very nebulous there anyway, the language being used. It should be more of a, I think he died around then. Like, Obi-Wan should be stating, I think he died around the same time. Now, later, after the call ends, it's technically Mace thinking, but that we're following, but it is, I think it's in there. But it is like, you expect he and Yoda to be in agreement on this. Even if it is... okay. Yeah, the thought is likely for both of them. If the timing of the order was correct, then Sifo must have placed it right before he died. So it's like, yeah, but why is Obi-Wan stating anything as though, oh, well, it seems like this timeline doesn't work? It's like, well, no, it does. Even your own knowledge, what we know for your knowledge, makes it possible. Seems unlikely, seems I may have been close, but it is still possible. So I have some clarity there, especially because this is like, what, a couple hours after he learned of Sifo and learned of when the order was made. I mean, it's like, come on, you can do better. The other, and this annoys me, so Obi-Wan and Jango have their fight, all that, and does go for quite a while. And Jango escapes, but Obi-Wan throws it actually says it's a communication device? Hang on. Just want to see. Yeah, a small transmitter from his belt and threw it out. Okay, so yeah, small transmitter. So it is potentially a tracking beacon. Why does he have this thing? I'm sorry, that's just an aside, but it's like the mouthpiece for breathing in Phantom Menace. Why do you just go around with these things? I mean, if it were a communicator and he just threw that and it's magnetic and so clipped to the hull, it's like, okay, that I'm okay with. That makes sense. Because he would have such a communicator with him. But if he's just going around with trackers, he's going around with things so he can breathe underwater, it's like, what is part of a standard Jedi kit? Anyway. So, yeah. He looked around at the platform, replaying the battle in his head, his respect for the bounty hunter Jango Fett growing considerably. He understood now why Jango had been selected by Sifo Dyas, or Tyrannus, or whoever it was that selected him. The man was good, full of tricks, and full of skill. Okay, I'm good with that. That's fine. I like this whole praise to Jango, showing the respect that's the appropriate thing. He had taken Obi-Wan Kenobi, a Jedi Knight, and the man who had defeated the Sith Lord Darth Maul to the very precipice of disaster. Now that annoys me. Obi-Wan got lucky against Darth Maul. I said, we need to be real about this, okay? Darth Maul was not expecting. In fact, I even went back. I should have kept a finger in that page. Like, Maul was like, oh, the battle's done, shifting his lightsaber from one hand to another. Because I don't need to worry about this. Wow, I actually found it. It's nice when he flipped right to a page when he's still just going quickly. Darth Maul walked slowly to the edge of the melting pit, tattooed face bathed in sweat, eyes wild and bright with joy. The battle was finished. The last Jedi was about to be dispatched. He smiled and shifted the remnant of his shattered lightsaber from one hand to another, savoring the moment. But then is, the whole Obi-Wan summons what strength he has left, leaps up over, grabs Qui-Gon's lightsaber and cuts Maul in half. So he took advantage of the fact that Maul let his guard down. Also, he has the benefit of Qui-Gon, greatest swordsman in the galaxy. Greatest swordsman in the galaxy. Greatest swordsman in the galaxy. That they had to keep telling us repeatedly. Had also just fought Maul. One-on-one. And previously they were both... I'm sorry, but... the man who had defeated the Sith Lord Darth Maul. Look, Obi-Wan, you didn't earn that. Okay? You were part of it. Yes. You struck the killing blow. But to use gamer parlance, you got last hit. It's not that you really achieved that. It was you and Qui-Gon. So, yeah, I'm just... I don't like that it's elevating Obi-Wan that highly here. Like, if it were just a one-on-one the entire time, Maul and Obi-Wan, Maul would have killed him. Easily. I mean, it was part of how it was even described was Obi-Wan was young enough and still fast enough that he could avoid some of Maul's attacks. But also his own anger, his rage at Qui-Gon having been struck down. Not dead yet, but yeah. It still is, though. It still is. Qui-Gon should have killed Darth Maul. Should have been a stabbed, gotcha, like grab Maul's arm, gotcha, cut him in half, collapse down, Obi-Wan gets there, and then can have the conversation, and then you move on. That would have been so much better. Obi-Wan didn't need this victory. He didn't earn it, as I've just been saying here, so I don't like how it's like, oh yeah, no, did not earn it. Not fully. Okay, let me be clear on that. Obi-Wan, yes, got the kill. But he's not... Let me put it another way. He had taken Obi-Wan Kenobi, a Jedi Knight, the man who had defeated the Sith Lord Darth Maul, to the very precipice of disaster. That implies Jango's better than Maul. He's not. I'm sorry, I absolutely would reject. I mean, maybe as far as Jango has a lot of tools, he's very, very experienced. Maul, not necessarily, but Maul was very powerful and very skilled. So yeah, I would think that Maul would still kill Jango, not even that difficult for him. But this is technically writing it as though, oh yeah, Jango might be tougher than Maul. He's not. I absolutely reject that. It might be an interesting fight to watch, but I think ultimately, yeah, Maul would win. So it's the power scaling here is nonsense because Obi-Wan didn't earn that kill. He got it. He didn't fully earn it. He contributed to it. He was a major contribution to it. But this diminishes Qui-Gon's efforts and elevates Obi-Wan inappropriately. That gotta talk about. Okay, this could actually be a short one. Let me just see. Okay, so I'm just looking to see what all this next chapter has. Okay, we do get... It's mostly, I'm seeing, like the flight to Geonosis. Some mention here for Anakin, so we do return to Tatooine. And again with that, Tatooine and Geonosis. Okay, I'm not sure if that's... Actually, no, I think that is. Okay. Okay. So it looks like just the flipping forward. Obi-Wan tracks them to Geonosis, arrives to Geonosis, investigating, gets in there and is actually able to see things, including Dooku, the negotiations there. And we also have Anakin on Tatooine. I assume excuse me, I assume it will include his slaughter of the Tuscans and his because I saw Padme mentioned, which it could be that we're also just seeing Padme at the Lars homestead talking with the people there. But it could also be that Anakin comes back and is talking to her. Not entirely sure. But yeah, so it looks like that's what we're going to have in that chapter. Probably going to be a longer video then, not just a 10-minute one. But hey, nothing wrong with short videos here. Might be preferable for some. Sorry. All right, see you next time.